time to speak, page 59. Based on our discussion, it seems that we will not use these activities provided, but we will try to. We tried. We already.
That's a challenging circumstance. You have to choose your need.
Okay, so we divided. I mean, in plenary, we will ask the students what will they say to their friends or family or whoever if they have disagreement or agreement. They will not have a look at this text first, but the teacher will elicit responses from the students and write it on the board. So we have expected answers from what maybe the students might say, and like what Nick told us that we might reformulate the phrases that they give us. So we come up with, I don't think so, I totally disagree, I second your opinion, it's a good idea, but I would suggest that blah 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 blah. So after that, we will ask the students in plenary also to look at this one, just to have a look whether the phrases that they elicit here are the same with the ones that are in this text. That's all. After that, we divided the groups into two big groups. Should be this one, one A and one B, and then we will ask. No, not debate. Oh yeah. Firstly, we will give the context for what they will be doing. Some kind of role play for A and B. The role play would be because it's about time management. So we will have them to have discussion or dialogue on time should be equally divided between games and studies. If do you agree or disagree? Because you are a student, so. Right, you know, right? Okay. And then we have them in two big groups, A and B. So maybe A would be the one who agree with the statement, and B would be the one who disagree. And then they will give. Sorry. We give them time to prepare, and then after that we will pair them A and B, and then they will have the discussion or role play or dialogue between each other. And if time is sufficient, we will switch the roles. Maybe A will be disagree and B will be agree, and then again they will see how it goes. And then if the switching part doesn't occur, unfortunately, because we already have the lesson. So after the pairing up session, we had the plenary discussion on what actually the expression that they use during the pair work. Do they actually use the phrases that we gave, or any more knowledgeable other bombastic phrases? Yeah, so that's all for our. Thank you. Question. Yes, question.
Raise question about why for the beginning you separate the class into two big groups.
Two big groups.
What's the rationale behind it?
Because we want to separate them in having one group to have agreement and disagreement. Because firstly, we plan to have them in small groups, but it will be quite difficult to pair them up. So in the end, we choose to have two big groups. And if because we don't have time, but if I had the time, I will ask them to switch roles. Hey, sorry lah, it's special. Any other comments or?
Yeah, with the boss.
Yes.
I heard that. Is it when you divide the class into two big groups? Is it like, for example, group A having discuss among themselves what?
Yes,
I know, because I'm not sure that, because you see it's class of 40 students, and if you divide it, it's kind of 20. It's like the whole class.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I think for the next lesson, I will divide it into 4 small groups, 2 groups for. I don't know, because yeah, you're correct, boss. So, or maybe I should have do it like this. When I divided them into one part agree and one part disagree, I should further divide them into because I don't know. Maybe I thought they are advanced students. They will have the ability to think, to have another smaller group. But since no, I will try to improve on my mistakes. Do you have any okay, any more, boss? Janganlah
No, you said you replace using this text. You're just taking the context out.
Yeah.
Instead, you're giving them earlier when you said you're giving them a list of phrases that.
We are not giving them.
Oh,
No, at least
They brainstorm,
but we try to help them, but maybe they just give one phrase or one word, but teacher help them too, right?
Also, the speaking comes when they're with their partner or their
Yes.
group.
Okay. Any more questions or comments? Yes, Fiza, aku nak tanya.
Ni kena buang.
Bang laut je. Lain kali lah. Oh no.
She just wanted to praise you.
Yeah.
Notice to them who you want during the class.
No, I like it. Very good. Very good. I like the scaffolding there. It just reminds me of an activity actually where have we ever done discussion tennis? Have we ever done discussion tennis?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that.
Or speaking ping pong? You call it speaking ping pong?
Ping pong.
No, I just said speaking.
Yeah, we had that before.
Well, maybe I don't know if that's the same. Anyway, but it kind of I thought that might be a nice activity to do. So when you've got all those phrases up on the board for disagreeing politely, things like I know what you mean, but or
I totally disagree. I second your opinion now.
disagree. So what you could do when discussion tennis, what you do is. So you have a group like that, and you say you're for the motion, half the group are for the motion, half the group are against, like you did. They think of all the arguments for, and they think of all the arguments against. So you have some time to do that. And then you do the discussion part of it. So this group would put forward one argument, so they might say, I can't remember what the topic was. What was the topic?
Games and studies should be equally
Yeah.
divided.
Okay, so let's say this group of 4, so they say, it's very important to have lots of time to do free study. And then the other group would counter with another of their arguments. So they counter with one of their arguments, and they have to use one of these phrases. So they have to say, I know what you mean, but we have to pass exams, so we need to do lots of time studying. And then the ball goes back to this side again. And they have to say, well, yes, but
Should have relax. Time to
we
relax.
can study better if we have lots of time to run around. Physical activity.
Yeah.
And then the other, so it's kind of like a tennis match. So it's a way of making a discussion quite structured and making them use particular areas of language, particular chunks of language. Because you can't, there is a danger, isn't there, with a discussion, like Pijan said. You know, there's a problem if you do it in big groups, like...
So immediately some students will
Some
not
students won't
participate.
say anything, others will say a lot.
Yeah.
So, okay, good. Yeah, great. Next group, nice stuff in there though, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea of using that as a noticing thing as well. Get them to, which ones, read this and find which expressions they use. Yeah. Okay, next group. Suddenly we're not gonna have enough time, but go on. So what are we on now?
Reading.
Oh yeah, the reading. Yeah.